Right, welcome back everybody. Another Flies Round Sugar haul video. We have been out sourcing again today. So we're going to have a look through the stuff that I've bought. For those that don't know, my name's Nath and I'm a full-time reseller, mainly specialising in menswear. Mainly I buy my stock from charity shops, car boot sales, jumble sales and wholesalers. Very rarely with the wholesalers, I like to keep it organic. You know, we have bought something today that is like, the resale value is like up there. We're talking like in the hundreds of pounds. So hang around till the end and we'll see the headliner. All right, lovely. Let's get to the nitty gritty. First up is a pair of ever reliable diesel jeans. As you can see, black. They are size 30, so not ideal. They are the more modern kind because they've not got the print or the tag here letting you know which model they are. I'm a little bit annoyed with this because I'd pay £5 for diesel jeans any day of the week, which these were, £5. But when I've just got them out now and looked at them, there is a little mark on them somewhere. Oh yeah, on the knee. So there is a little mark. I will go over that with a debobbler just to make it a little bit tidier, but I'll have to sell them as is. So that's like, there would have been a pair of £30 jeans, but I think I'll probably get about 20 to 25 on them. Another pair of diesel jeans. This is how it goes, swings and roundabouts. So these are absolutely perfect. These are a 32. These are the Belfer jeans. I sold a pair of these recently for 30. So I was more than happy to pay the £3 for them. So that's a good turnaround. If you don't pick diesel jeans up, it's just like mental. Just because they always sell for around the £30 mark, so if you can get them for £3, banger. If you ask me, like buying money sometimes, isn't it? So next up, we've got a pair of made in America vintage Levi's jeans. These have got the Batwing logo. You cannot really see it there because it has washed out, but that is the remnant of the Batwing, or what they call the Batwing. And it has got the big E on the back there. So yeah, so they were £3. And they're a size 36, so a really good size to have for those. Vintage Levi's, made in America jeans. Should get, yeah, about 25 to 30 on those as well. So these are a vintage pair of polo jeans. Polo Ralph Lauren. It does say on the tag that there's a slight mark to them, but I have been over them and I couldn't see. Oh no, sorry, when I got to the counter she said there was a mark on these, because these were only £3 in a shop that usually has stuff priced up a little bit high. So she did say they've been put out as is. I can't see any marks on them whatsoever, which is brilliant. I'll have to give them a proper look before I do list them or when I'm taking photographs of them, but they should sell for about 25 to 30, maybe a little bit more actually. Oh, you know what, there was a tiny little bit of wear to the gusset, but no to worry about. I will photograph it obviously, but it's not like a haul or anything like that, it's just a tad bit of wear. I very rarely pick up Tommy Hilfiger jeans just because the resale value of them isn't great and they don't sell that quickly. They can sit around for a little bit. These were just hitting all the right buzzers though. So they are the Tommy Hilfiger Ryan jeans. They're a good size, 34, 32. There's no marks on them whatsoever. There's no wear to the gusset. No wear to the cuffs whatsoever. And they were £4. And I should get about 35 for them. Between 30 and 35. Quite a good turnaround. But yeah, I will pick up the Ryan jeans if they're a good size, so keep an eye out for those. So I've seen these on the rack. Right, they are a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren chinos. And I looked at the price first and I was like, that's too much for me. Because they were 20 and then they'd been marked down a week later to 15. But then I clocked that they were new with tags. So I sell the used chinos, like the vintage chinos, for about £30. New with tags, I'll have to double check to see how much they actually sell for. They are such a nice pair as well. And they're a good colour. This colour does seem to sell fairly religiously. And they are a really good size. So they are a 36, 32. So a perfect size, 100% cotton. And it is the GI pant. But yeah, they should sell for, I'm going to guesstimate, maybe it's about 40 to 60, maybe it's in between there. I'll have to have a look. I've never sold them new with tags before. Well, for 15 quid, I was happy to pay up, given the fact that they are brand new tags. So we've got a pair of Edwin jeans. I expect everyone should know Edwin by now. They make really high quality, nice jeans. These are not the made in Japan selvage denim, I don't think. They might be selvage, but they're not made in Japan. Well, they are selvage. That's good, but they're not made in Japan. These were £6, so slightly more than I like to pay for them. And you know what? They're a size 28, which ain't great, which does affect the value. It kind of means that they'll take longer to sell. But I'll try for about 25 on them. Maybe push it to 30, 35. We'll see. I'll have to look at comps for the sizes of them, because I can't remember the last time I picked up a pair of 28 size Edwins. So last pair of trousers are a pair of Carhartt. Don't worry, they're not the double knee pants. These are the Sid pants, but they are black corduroy. Again, these are size 28, which is pretty annoying. But on the plus side, they were only £2.99, which is pretty good. I'm not entirely sure how much they'll go for, being size 28, but I have sold the Sid pants before, the chino versions, for about 28 quid. Not too long back, but they're dead nice. There's no holes or anything like that, no wear to them. We'll try for around about the same price, and I'll be quite happy with that. This is a brand that you should be keeping an eye out for. Now, this had been checked. So it was a little bit pricey, but it's a really thick, heavy organic cotton Acne Studios overshirt. It's so nice. Like, it's got really nice embroidery here. It's a lovely colour. It's so thick. Amazing size. That's like an XL. One of these sold on Vestair Collective for 100 quid. Now, the shop that I went into, it was the Cancer Research, and it was on their Morex Penny gold label. I do shop in there quite often, and they did have it up for 25. But I did buy a bunch of stuff, and I asked if I could have it a little bit cheaper, and they give it for me for 15. I was happy paying the 15 quid for it. As you can see, it's dead nice, and hopefully I should be able to get around 100 quid for that mark. But Acne Studios, you don't see it very often, but when you do, it's well worth picking up. A really good quality stuff. So I guess you would say this was like a woman's, maybe small, well, it's just like a unisex, I guess. But it is a black Nike pocketed jacket, really boxy fit, quite modern given its age. I think that's probably like early 2000s, maybe it's 2010s. Dead smart, really nice metallic swoosh on it, nice collar, nice hidden zipper, and that was only £2.50. I'd expect anywhere upwards of about 25 quid for that, just because the style's going to sell it. It's really, really nice. It's quite a modern fit, you know, quite cropped. But yeah, I love that. That is a small unisex. I tend to stay away from like modern Nike stuff, but I just really like that. And for £2.50, you can't really complain. So this next brand will split resellers down the middle. Some pick it up, some won't. I personally do. It is a Jack Wolfskin quarter zip fleece, with the large bear print on the back. So these sell, especially in this season, for about 30 quid, and this one was £3. So I should make about 27 quid on that. Always loved the label on it, with polar bear. Or was it a wolf? Of course it's a wolf, Jack Wolfskin. What the bloody hell am I talking about? Polar bear. That's obviously a wolf print and a bear print. Ignore me. But yeah, quarter zip. I should get about 30 quid for that, and that cost me £3. So another brand you should be keeping an eye out for is Albam. This is a Albam utility shirt or overshirt, kind of shacket. Really, really nice. Lovely lines. Printing still intact on there. It's kind of like a French chore jacket, you know, like a French worker's jacket. Got a nice pocket. Really lovely collar. Really nice buttons up and down it. Nice shape. And that, when I seen that in the rack, I was like, they're going to want a lot for that. Banking it hadn't been checked. But it was £4. 4 quid. And that should sell for about 30. It is a small, so that might affect the price, but I would guess at about 30 quid, but I love that. If that was any larger, that'd be getting kept as well. So another bit of luxury, new with tags again. This is a Thomas Burberry double XL shirt, and it is, as you can see, new with tags. Thomas Burberry, if you don't know, is kind of like their, I guess you could call it a budget range for Burberry. They can stick around a little bit, but they do generally sell. I find that if people are going to buy Burberry, they're going to save up and they're going to buy the Burberry, and they want the choice pieces like the jackets and the scarves and stuff like that. That is new with tags. Lovely bit of embroidery here with the Thomas Burberry sign. Now that had a price on it of 8 quid, but I did get that slightly cheaper. I got that for £4.50 with a bundle of stuff, so I'm quite happy with that. That should sell for about 40. I'm going to take a guess out. Maybe it's 35 to 40, just because not a lot of people are looking for it. Always picking up golf stuff, just because the sport is in a steady, rapid incline. And this is a J. Lindbergh Golf and Polo. J. Lindbergh do make the higher end of golf and wear, and this is just a plain polo. I might save this until the summer or the warmer months to list. That was 3 quid, and I'd expect I'd get about 20 to 25 on that. Maybe it's a bit more if I save it until summer. But yeah, J. Lindbergh, keep an eye out for that. I don't pick this brand up much, just because some of the stuff is really, really awful, including this. So it's not awful, some, but I would never wear this. This is a Joe Brown's shirt, and I've only started recently picking them up because I've noticed a few resellers having a bit of luck with it. They usually sell the shirts for about 20 to 25, but I thought I'd give this a go. I have picked them up and sold them in the past, and yeah, they usually do all right. But I did pay 6 quid for this, which I've probably overpaid at. But I should hopefully get about 20 to 25 on it. We'll see. But look at that print. Someone's dad at a wedding or something will have that in it, like some old rocker. More than welcome to it, if you ask me. So I ain't got a clue about this, but I seen this and I was like, that's just too nice to leave. It is a Canberra Raiders, I believe, off the top of my head. It is a Aussie rules football team. I could be wrong. Don't go mad at me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I'm shit with sport. It is a sponsored track jacket, but look at the colours. The colours are so nice, and that logo is just super. Like, it's absolutely banging. I've never seen one before. Or NRL Authentics is the brand. I don't know what it is. I'll show you. That was a £5. Hopefully I'll get about 30 quid for that. I took a risk with that. Don't know really much about it, but I just loved it. Nice little windbreaker, full zip with that absolutely incredible insignia on it. Right, so these next 2 bangers are high ticket items. One of them I've paid up a little bit for, but given the resale value, I had no qualms whatsoever. There are 2 winter coats, which is perfect for this kind of season. The first one being is a Shot Brothers NYC Admiral style pea coat in black, and it is a size XL, so that's absolutely perfect. Lovely nautical style buttons on it, if you can see there, and some gorgeous pockets just here. A little bit awkward getting in there, but yeah, dead nice. That was only £18. Now the resale on these is about 150 quid, I think. So I had no qualms paying that 18 quid for it. We're going to get that listed fairly sharpish, just given the season that we're in. But that's perfect. That's lovely. We get 18 quid in hopefully about 150. Ring that bell, because this is an absolute banger alert. I very rarely pick anything up like this, given its age and its quality and stuff like that. It's like few and far between that you come across stuff like this. I picked it up in the same shop as I picked that Shot jacket up. It was right next to it, to be honest with you, and I felt it. And I could just feel how soft it was, and I was like, oh, that feels nice. And then I picked it up and I felt the weight of it, and I was like, oh god, that's gonna be a good one. And it is a vintage Yves Saint Laurent overcoat in camel coloured, and it is cashmere. Yves Saint Laurent, you can see there. And it was paid up for it, mind, but it was only 35 quid. There is a comp of a sold one, pretty much exactly the same, for 300 quid on eBay. So we're going to try for that. I might even try for a little bit more. I will give it a bit of research and see where I'm at with it. But look at how stunning that is. Like, if you could feel that. Whew, super soft, super nice. No rips under the arms. Pockets are all intact. No holes, nothing. Absolutely. I don't even know. That's bigger than me board. I don't even know how I'm going to display that. But yeah, few and far between. Great white buffalo or whatever they call it. But I love that. I think it's amazing. I'm very happy with that indeed. 35 quid, hopefully 300 quid. Nice 300 clams. But yeah, Yves Saint Laurent overcoat, camel coloured, 35 quid, hopefully into 300. Put that back. Right, so that is your lot for the day. I think we did all right. Love the Yves Saint Laurent. Love the short jacket. Love the Album utility coat and the Acne Studio shirt. They're probably some of the better ones from today. Even love the lower tier stuff, you know, like the Thomas Burberry shirt, that little night jacket. All that's going to add up eventually. So now, to do the not so fun part and photograph it and list it. If you haven't already, it would mean the absolute world to me if you consider just leaving a sub. So I am going to be updating this channel fairly regular, and it'd be great if you could watch along from the start all the way up until the end goal, which I ain't got a clue what it is, to be honest with you. But yeah, so that's everything from today, and we will see you in the next one.